Post 1. I never thought I'd be writing here, but I don't know how else to process this. I'm a 28-year-old male, and for the past 3 years I've been with someone I truly thought was the one. My girlfriend, let's call her Sarah, 27 female, was everything I wanted. She was smart, funny, supportive, at least I thought. I had already bought an engagement ring, hidden in my closet, and I was just waiting for the right time to propose. But my story isn't just about Sarah. It's also about my half-sister, Emily, 26 female. Emily is the golden child in my family. Everyone says so, though they won't admit it out loud. We share a dad, but she was always treated differently. While I worked after school to save for my own car, Emily got one gifted for her birthday. I paid my own way through most of college, while Emily got help from my dad at every turn. Even when she messed up, like dropping out of her first program after 2 semesters, it was smoothed over and turned into a learning experience. Meanwhile, if I so much as struggled in a course, it was because I wasn't applying myself. I've always tried to keep the peace, but it's been clear to me for years. Emily can do no wrong in their eyes. And I guess Sarah must have seen that too, because now, well, I'll just say it. Sarah cheated on me with Emily. I only found out because I noticed Sarah was acting different. She was glued to her phone more, distant during our dates, quick to brush me off with excuses. I told myself she was stressed with work. Then one night, she left her laptop open when she went to the bathroom, and messages popped up. Messages from Emily. I can't even write all of them here without my stomach turning. But they weren't friendly sister-in-law kind of messages. They were intimate, explicit. They'd been seeing each other behind my back for months. When I confronted Sarah, she burst into tears immediately, saying she didn't mean for it to happen, that it wasn't serious, that it was just a mistake. She kept saying she loved me and wanted a future with me. I asked her flat out, "How do you expect me to marry you when you've been sneaking around with my sister?" And she just cried harder, saying, "It didn't mean anything, I swear." The next day my dad called me. Apparently Emily had run to him crying, saying I blew things out of proportion. He told me I needed to calm down, that young people make mistakes, and that I shouldn't throw away a relationship over something that didn't even mean anything. He even had the nerve to say, "You'll regret it if you don't forgive her. Do you want to end up alone?" My mom is quieter, but she's already hinting at the same thing. "Don't be rash. You've invested years with Sarah. People slip up. You could work through this." Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here staring at the engagement ring I bought, wondering how I was so blind. I can't stop crying. I can't stop picturing Sarah and Emily together. And then my family telling me I'm the one overreacting. It makes me feel like I'm going crazy. So, am I the jerk for refusing to forgive my girlfriend for cheating on me with my golden child half-sister, even though my family insists I should give her another chance? First comment, NTA. Cheating is never a mistake. The fact that it's with your half-sister makes it 10 times worse, and your family excusing it is disgusting. Second comment, NTA. Don't let them gaslight you. You bought a ring for this woman and she betrayed you with your sister. Walk away. Update 2. I thought the worst part would be Sarah begging or Emily's smug voicemail, but I was wrong. The worst part has been the family campaign that kicked off after. It started with a text from my dad. "Don't let your anger destroy this family." Then my mom called, telling me I was being stubborn, that I was throwing away happiness because of a mistake. She kept repeating that word, mistake, like Sarah tripping and falling into my sister's bed was the same as forgetting an anniversary card. When I tried to explain how betrayed I felt, Mom said, "You've always been dramatic. Emily didn't mean to hurt you, and Sarah clearly loves you. Can't you just put this behind you?" That word always cut deeper than she probably realized. Always dramatic, always too sensitive. Meanwhile, Emily gets to do whatever she wants, and somehow comes out blameless. Then, extended family started chiming in. An aunt messaged me on Facebook saying, "Don't let one slip-up ruin decades of family ties." My uncle wrote, "You're old enough to know that women make mistakes. Forgive her and move on." Even my cousin, who I barely talk to, posted some vague quote about forgiveness on her Instagram story, and tagged me in it. It was surreal. Like they'd all been briefed ahead of time. Everyone but me was reading from the same playbook. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Don't throw it all away. Think of the family. The only person who quietly reached out in support was my older half-brother, David. He sent a short text. I don't agree with what they did. You don't owe anyone forgiveness. Call if you need. He hasn't said it out loud in the group chats, but at least someone believes me. Meanwhile, Sarah hasn't stopped. She sent me a 10-paragraph email yesterday, alternating between, "You're my soulmate," and "Don't punish me forever for one mistake." She keeps referencing the ring. She somehow knows I bought it, though I never told her. In the email, she actually wrote, "I know you still want to marry me. Don't throw away our future because of one mistake." I feel so backed into a corner. If I hold my ground, I'm ruining the family. If I cave, I'm basically agreeing that my feelings don't matter. And Emily, she's loving this. I saw her post a picture on Instagram, smiling with Sarah at some bar, captioned, "Nothing can break sister bonds." It feels like my entire family is trying to erase what happened. And if I don't go along, I'm the villain. First comment, NTA. They're gaslighting you on a massive scale. Cheating with your sister is not a slip-up. Stand your ground. Second comment, NTA. The family's just enabling Emily like they always have. You don't have to forgive betrayal to keep the peace. Update 3. I knew I shouldn't have gone, but Mom guilt-tripped me into it. It was a family dinner for my uncle's birthday at a restaurant, and she said, "If you don't show up, everyone will say you're holding grudges." Against my better judgment, I went. I told myself I'd just sit quietly, eat my food, and leave early. The moment I walked in, I saw them, Sarah and Emily, sitting together at the end of the table like nothing had happened. Emily waved at me with that smug little smile of hers. Sarah's eyes went wide, and I swear she teared up the second she saw me. I froze. I wanted to turn around and walk out, but my mom grabbed my arm and whispered, "Please, just sit down. Don't make a scene." Dinner was excruciating. Emily dominated the conversation, cracking jokes, making everyone laugh. Sarah kept sneaking glances at me with this pitiful, teary-eyed look, like she wanted me to remember how much I used to care about her. My food might as well have been cardboard. I couldn't taste a thing. And then, it happened. Halfway through dessert, Emily raised her glass and said, "Here's to family. No matter what, nothing comes between us." She looked right at me when she said it. Everyone chuckled awkwardly, clinking their glasses. My dad laughed the loudest. I couldn't stop myself. I said, "Are you serious right now? You slept with my girlfriend and you're making toasts about family?" The table went dead quiet. Sarah put her face in her hands. Emily just smirked, like she wanted me to blow up. My dad hissed, "Sit down. You're embarrassing yourself." Mom whispered, "Not here, please." Emily shrugged and said, "It was just a fling. You need to get over it." I stood up, shaking. My voice cracked as I said, "You're both disgusting. And if the rest of you think this is just a joke, then I don't know what kind of family I'm even part of." I left my plate half-finished and walked out of the restaurant. In the parking lot, Sarah followed me. She grabbed my arm and begged, sobbing, saying she'd do anything to make it right. She said she missed me, that she'd cut off Emily if I asked, that she'd prove she loved me. She clutched at my jacket and cried, "Please don't throw us away, please." I told her to let go of me. I said, "If you loved me, you wouldn't have betrayed me with my sister." She sobbed harder and said, "It was a mistake, I swear. I was weak, but you're the one I want." I walked to my car and drove off while she was still crying in the lot. By the time I got home, there were already texts from my parents. "You ruined dinner. You can't keep doing this." It feels like the whole world is upside down. Like I'm the one being painted as cruel, while they laugh, smirk, and beg in turns. First comment, NTA. Emily humiliated you publicly on purpose, and Sarah begging after doesn't erase the betrayal. They want to break you down. Second comment, NTA. You didn't ruin dinner. Emily did with that smug toast. The fact your family laughed proves how deep their favoritism runs. Update 4. After the restaurant fiasco, I didn't answer anyone's calls for 2 days. I needed silence. My phone was buzzing nonstop. Sarah texting, Mom leaving voicemails, even Emily sending smug little, "hope you're cooling off," messages. I wanted to throw the phone in the river. Finally, I called my older half-brother, David. He's the only one who hasn't tried to guilt-trip me. I broke down crying as soon as he answered. I told him I felt like I was losing my mind, like the whole family had decided betrayal didn't matter anymore. He just listened quietly, then said, "You don't have to go back. You don't owe anyone forgiveness. You set the boundary." That stuck with me. You set the boundary. I realized I hadn't actually done that yet. I'd been stumbling from one humiliation to the next, reacting but never stating clearly what I would and wouldn't accept. So I wrote a message. Not just to Sarah, to everyone. I told them I will not forgive Sarah. I will not have any contact with Emily. I will not attend family events if Emily is there. And if anyone tries to guilt-trip me into making peace, they can consider me absent too. I stared at the words for an hour before hitting send. My hands were shaking, but once it was out there, I felt lighter. The fallout was immediate. My dad called within minutes, furious. He said, "You don't dictate terms to this family. You don't get to exile your sister over a fling." I said, "She's not my sister anymore. She's the person who slept with my girlfriend." Silence. Then he hung up. My mom cried on the phone, saying I was being cruel. She begged me to reconsider, saying, "Emily will always be your family, but Sarah still loves you. Why throw it away?" I told her, because love doesn't look like betrayal. Sarah showed up at my door again, mascara streaked down her face. She tried to force her way in. I blocked the doorway. She sobbed that she'd cut Emily off, that she'd do anything, that she couldn't live without me. She actually dropped to the ground in the hallway, clutching my knees, begging me to take her back. And for a second, I'll admit it, I almost gave in. Seeing her broken like that, remembering the good times, my heart twisted. But then I pictured that Instagram photo Emily posted, smiling with Sarah, mocking me. And I remembered that Sarah chose this. No one forced her. I told her, "It's over. You need to leave." She wailed, clawed at my sleeve, and said, "Please, please, I'll prove myself to you." I shut the door. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. I sat on the floor afterward, shaking and crying, but I know I had to. First comment, NTA. Setting boundaries was the best thing you could do. You're not cruel. You're finally protecting yourself. Second comment, NTA. Sarah begging isn't love, it's desperation. Don't mistake her tears for genuine change. Update 5. I thought after I set my boundary, things would calm down. That people would realize I was serious and stop pushing. Instead, it feels like the pressure has doubled. My parents have practically turned it into their mission to fix me. My dad calls daily, sometimes multiple times. The first words out of his mouth this morning were, "When are you going to grow up and let this go?" He keeps repeating that Emily is my sister, that blood is thicker than water, and that I'm throwing away family over a fling. I told him, she stopped being family when she slept with my girlfriend. He shouted, "Don't you dare say that about your sister," and hung up. My mom is different. She cries, which almost hurts worse. She says things like, "I can't sleep knowing my children aren't speaking," and "You're breaking my heart by cutting Emily out." Every time she talks to me, she slips Sarah's name in too. Sarah made a mistake, but she's clearly sorry. Isn't 3 years worth more than one mistake? I keep telling her the same thing. It's not a mistake, it's a choice. And I won't take her back. Extended family is piling on now. An aunt messaged me, "You'll regret alienating everyone over your pride. You'll end up alone." A cousin wrote, "Emily is family forever. Girlfriends come and go. Don't ruin your relationship with her." They're all rewriting the story like Sarah barely matters, like the betrayal was nothing, like Emily is some untouchable angel. Meanwhile, Emily's thriving. She's posting selfies constantly, acting like nothing happened. She even uploaded a TikTok where she lip-synced to some song about winning and tagged Sarah in it. My stomach flipped when I saw it. It felt like a knife twisting. Not just the betrayal, but the smugness of it. And Sarah, she hasn't stopped begging. Every day, another message. Sometimes long paragraphs about our memories. Sometimes voice notes of her crying. Yesterday, she left flowers outside my door with a note that said, "I'll wait for you forever." I threw them out. The only person holding me together is David. He came over last night and sat with me while I broke down again. I told him I feel like the entire family's against me. He said, "Then screw the family. You don't owe them blind loyalty when they treat you like dirt." He reminded me, I'm not crazy, I'm not dramatic, I'm not cruel. I'm just someone who refused to keep being the family punching bag. It's exhausting. I'm so tired of being told I'm the one destroying the family, when I'm the one who got betrayed. I didn't ask for any of this, but I'm not going back. First comment. NTA. Your family's enabling Emily like they always have, and Sarah is just desperate because she lost control. Stand firm. Second comment. NTA. This isn't about pride, it's about respect. If they can't understand that, then maybe some distance from your family is the best thing for you. Final update, 1 year later. It's been almost a year since everything blew up, and I thought some of you might want to know how it all turned out. First off, I did not take Sarah back. She tried for months. At first it was non-stop texts and calls, then gifts at my door, then long emails about how she learned her lesson and wanted to spend her life proving her love. But over time, the messages slowed, then stopped. I heard through the grapevine that she moved on with someone else, though she still follows me on social media and likes my posts sometimes. I guess she wants me to know she's still watching. Emily? She's exactly the same. Still smug, still spoiled, still the golden child. From what I've seen, she and Sarah aren't even together anymore. Whatever they thought, they had fizzled out after the drama died down. Emily's moved on like nothing happened. And my parents? They never really changed their tune. For them, Emily can do no wrong. They still talk about her achievements at every family dinner. They act like none of this ever happened. The difference now is me. I stopped showing up to family events where Emily would be. At first they complained, but eventually they stopped inviting me. It hurt, but honestly, it's been peaceful. I spend more time with David. We've gotten closer than we've ever been. He's the only one who stood by me, and I'll never forget that. And me? I'm better. I'm not going to pretend it didn't mess me up. It did. But I finally took that engagement ring out of the closet and sold it. With the money, I booked myself a trip. I traveled. I hiked. I saw places I'd always put off. For the first time in years, I felt like I was living for myself, not for someone else's approval. I don't know what the future holds. I'm not rushing into anything. But I'm not broken anymore. And I'm not anyone's doormat. First comment. Good for you. Selling the ring and using it for yourself was the perfect closure. You chose yourself this time, and that's huge. Second comment. Exactly this. You lost a girlfriend and a toxic sister, but you gained peace and a stronger bond with your brother. That's a win, brother.